So this is a quick video just to show you how to do the Christina granny shawl. It's called the Christina granny shawl because my mum was looking for one to make for her sister and I wrote this pattern for her, but it's very similar to other patterns really. I've just added a little border around the end there and a couple of tassels so that you can make it as large or as small as you like. This pattern starts here, just here in the middle, and we work back and forth like this. And once you've done a few rows, it's really very simple to do. So I'm just going to show you on some different yarn how to do that. So we start this with the magic circle. So just putting your tail in your left hand if you're right-handed, making a circle at the top like so, passing the yarn down the back like that, taking the hand with the hook, put it in through the circle, grab the yarn, bring it through the circle, and doing one chain secures that. And then the pattern asks us to do 3 chain altogether, so I've done one to start with, so I'm going to do 2 more. Now we're going to work all our stitches into this circle, making sure that we're working into the circle but also underneath the tail. The tail must go round to the side like that as well. So this pattern starts with the center part, which is kind of the corner if you like, and it asked me to do 2 further trebles, and then 1 chain, and then 3 trebles. And that is our first row done. So now I can pull the tail nice and tight. And what we've got is 3 stitches, a chain space in the middle, and another 3 stitches just like that. So if we always remember that the tail needs to be down towards us, okay, because sometimes you can get confused about what direction you're going, but we're going to flip it over now. Tail must be at the back, down towards us, and we're going to work around this way this time. You can do your 3 chain before or after you turn, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to do it after I turn here. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we're always increasing. So we do 2 trebles into that first stitch. Okay, this counts as 1. We do 2 further into that stitch. That's 1 and 2. And 1 chain in between. And then every corner bit, we call this our corner bit, at the point in the middle of the shawl or scarf, has 3 trebles. 1, 2, and 3. 1 chain and another 3 trebles into the same place, into the same space. 2 and a third one. Okay, so that has taken us out straight this way. 3 trebles there, 3, 1, 3, 1 chain in between. So this pattern has always got 3 trebles and 1 chain. Now the end of the row we have to expand as well to get this out straight. So what we're looking for is the middle treble, and just over to the left of that we're wanting to go into that top chain. Ideally what you want is to go under 2 strands. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 trebles into that one space. So in there, do 1, 2, and 3. And that's our second row finished. I would suggest you set your crochet down and have a look at it. So our first row just had this corner bit, and the second row we did 1 side bit with 1 middle space, corner bit, and another side space, and the edge bit. So we're going to turn round. You remember I said if you make sure your tail is always heading down toward you, you know you're working in the right way. And we're going to do 3 chain again. 2, 3. And every first stitch in every row is the same. It's 3 chain and then 2 trebles into that very first stitch space. So 1 and 2, and that means we've got 3 stitches there because our 3 chains counts as a treble. So we've got 1, 2 and 3. So after every 3 trebles that we do 1 chain. Now we've got a space along the side. I'm going to do 3 trebles into there. 1, 2 and 3. Another chain. Now we're at the corner point. I'm going to do 3 trebles, 2 and 3, 1 chain and another 3 trebles into the same spot. 1, 2 and 3. 1 chain, 3 trebles into the side space. 2 and 3. And we're at the end of the row again, and every end of row is the same. You have 3 trebles into the top of the chain that you started on the previous row. So again, I find the easiest way to find that is to go up to the middle stitch and go over just to the left of it into the top of the chain, making sure we've got 2 strands above us. We're going to do 1, 2, 3 trebles into there. We set it down and have a look, and you can see this is just the way we continue. In every row that you do, you end up with a further space, just like as if you were doing your granny square, because really it's kind of like a half a granny square we're doing. So I'm just going to show you one more row. 1, 2, 3, making sure I've got my tail down here. 2 trebles into that first stitch to make 3 stitches all together. 1 chain in between, 3 trebles, 1, 2 and 3, 1 chain, another side space, 1, 2 and 3, 1 chain in between. We're at the corner again, and we do 3 trebles, 1, 2, 3, we do 1 chain and we do 3 more trebles to take us round the corner. 2 and 3. Down the other side, and we do 1, 2 and 3 in that side space. This is the last side space on this row. Brings us to the end of the row. Follow the middle stitch up to the top and just over to the left of it into the chain space. Helps if you put your yarn round first, of course, to do a treble. And 1, 2, and 3. So you should be able to see we're getting a bit of the pattern now. Obviously the scarf that I showed you was done in a multicolored self-striping yarn, and that gives a lovely, you know, texture and color to the pattern. But this is in the plain yarn, and you can see we've got this center row moving up here where we've got our 3, 1, 3, and out along each side you should have 3 trebles, 3 trebles, 3 trebles, 3 trebles, and the same at the other side. And if you keep going like that, make this as big as you want. Really good shawl for these evenings when we can't afford to put the heating on, or make it nice and short and make it a little sort of shawlette that you can wear it going out and about. So now I'm just going to show you how to do I'm going to show you with a different colour. I would go up to the last pull through, and then if it's a new ball of yarn, same colour, or if it's a different colour, you pull it through on that last pull through and leave enough so that you can weave it in afterwards. So the pattern asks me to do 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain, and then a double crochet into the space the whole way around. So I've turned to go back again. I'm using a different colour so that I can show you. I've done 5 chain and a double crochet into the space, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double crochet into the space. We just do that the whole way along. Quite a delicate wee border, but it kind of 1, 2, 3, 5 brings us to the corner. You just do the same thing round the corner. You don't do any different, just do 1 into the corner. 2, 3, 4, 5. Going to go on round the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So come to the end of the row, and I want to do a double crochet into that corner. And it's okay that we're doing it into the space this time, because we're going to work between these posts the whole way along. So what we're going to do is do 2 double crochet in between the first and the second post of each treble the whole way along. So another one in there. There's the next one. 1, 2. Find the next post. 1. Whoops. That one doesn't want to go. 1, 2. And sometimes you might find that 2 is not enough, and you need to do 3. And in fact, I think I could do with doing 3 into that one there, just so, because it's getting a bit tight. So I'm going to do 3 into that one, and you see that flattens it out a wee bit for me. Borders are always a bit of trial and error, so you've just got to see what works for you. So here's the post. The next one, I'm going to do 2 there. And 2. Going out the other side. And then I might do 3 in this one, because I can feel it getting a bit tighter. So as you can see, I'm going to do kind of 2 sets of 2 and then a 3, 2 sets of 2 and then a 3. So 1, 2, and this is the last one here. 1, 2. And then we want to just slip stitch there. In the second row, very simple, just do 5 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what we're going to do is just slip stitch into the middle of that. So slip stitch is just put your hook through, grab the yarn and pull it through everything. 5 chain again, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch into that big chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And slip stitch. And as you can see, you go around the bottom quite easily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch into that last space, but do another 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and finish up in that corner with a slip stitch, like so. So that's just to give you an idea of what the border looks like. Obviously this middle bit would be much bigger. So I hope that helps and you enjoy doing your Christina Granny shawl.